Placenta. Placenta has two components, maternal placenta and fetal placenta. Maternal placenta contributed by decidua basalis, functional endometrium of uterus. Fetal placenta contributed by Curion frondosum, yolk sac. In the beginning, there is a dorsal amniotic cavity and a ventral primary yolk sac cavity. The primary yolk sac is lined by flattened endodermal cells. On further development of the embryo, there is formation of an extraembryonic coelomic cavity. After development of extraembryonic coelomic cavity, the yolk sac becomes smaller than before and is now called secondary yolk sac. On further development, the yolk sac becomes even smaller and is continuous with gut tube with the help of vitello-intestinal duct or midgut diverticulum. This is called tertiary yolk sac. The tertiary yolk sac becomes a component of umbilical cord. When the cephalocaudal folding of fetus takes place, the amniotic cavity starts enlarging and surrounding the embryo. Hence, the tertiary yolk sac becomes smaller and smaller and ultimately regresses. Vitello-intestinal duct and allantois both become part of umbilical cord and ultimately regress. The amnion lines the amniotic cavity and the umbilical cord and becomes continuous with the chorionic membrane. Amniotic cavity, syncytiotrophoblast, cytotrophoblast, extraembryonic mesoderm, parietal, yolk sac cavity, extraembryonic mesoderm, visceral. Here we can appreciate the concept as it is implanted into the functional endometrium, which contributes to the maternal component of placenta. There is dorsal amniotic cavity and ventral primary yolk sac cavity. Lining of the primary yolk sac contributes to the extraembryonic mesoderm. The extraembryonic mesoderm has two layers, visceral or splanchnopluric extraembryonic mesoderm, parietal or somatopluric extraembryonic mesoderm. The visceral extraembryonic mesoderm does not contribute to form any amnion or chorion. The parietal extraembryonic mesoderm contributes to form amnion, connecting stalk, chorion. Amnion is lining the amniotic cavity and is formed by amniogenic cells, parietal layer of extraembryonic mesoderm. Chorion is formed by parietal layer of extraembryonic mesoderm, trophoblast. The trophoblast has two layers, cytotrophoblast towards the fetal side, syncytiotrophoblast towards the maternal side. Chorion is the placental membrane which forms the primary, secondary and tertiary villi and finally forms the Curion frondosum, the fetal component of placenta. Amniotic cavity containing amniotic fluid. Extraembryonic membranes, amnion, allantois, yolk sac, chorion. Head fold of the embryo, syncytiotrophoblast, chorionic villi of placenta. Here we can appreciate cephalocaudal folding, because of which amniotic cavity enlarges and yolk sac cavity is getting incorporated into the fetus. This yolk sac is contributing to the formation of foregut, midgut, hindgut. Tail fold, body stalk, yolk sac, embryonic gut, embryonic head fold. Here the cephalocaudal folding continues and amniotic cavity further increases in size. The tertiary yolk sac can be seen in above image. It is in continuity with the vitello-intestinal duct, midgut diverticulum. This vitello-intestinal duct, along with allantois, is part of umbilical cord. The tertiary yolk sac, vitello-intestinal duct, and allantois ultimately regresses. Here, the uterus and fetus can be seen in entirety. Amniotic cavity has almost surrounded the embryo from all sides. Amniotic cavity is itself covered by the amnion, placental membrane. The amnion is also covering the connecting stalk, primitive umbilical cord. The amnion becomes continuous with the chorion. The chorion is contributing to the Curion frondosum, fetal placenta. Chorion also surrounds the fetus. Primary, secondary and tertiary villi.